Hey, good evening, one and all, and welcome once again to Race Spec Esports Formula 1 2019. This, of course, is Tier 1 of the Pacific Series, and we are straight into the qualifying session right here in Singapore today. Disturbo here with you from raceonoz.com, and here commentating for you tonight once again. And we are, as I say, underway with qualifying, and looks like we've got our silly little audio glitch once again, where we can't hear the silly cars, but hopefully that will rectify itself come race time, if not prior. Okay, current championship leader Amazing Hour on his first flying lap on the hard tyres, interestingly enough. I think once again we'll be seeing a few runs on the hards just to try and get a feel for the track. And of course, the major difference with Singapore is that it is a night race. As you can see, a beautiful Singapore city in the background. Do a great job in the game of rendering this track. Street circuit Singapore, walls absolutely everywhere, so not a great deal of room for error. I'm sure we're going to see hopefully some good action come race time tonight. And whilst we've got everyone here, I'll just apologise for last week not having a stream for Monza. We had a few technical issues in accessing the Race Spec YouTube account to do the stream, and yeah, they just couldn't get it working. Anyway, so Amazing Hour sets the pace there with the 137.6, and everyone looks like they're all now starting their first flying laps. So we'll join Darren now. Good field, 19 drivers for Singapore, so that's a great turnout actually. One of the biggest fields that we've seen all season long, and it's going to make the racing very interesting, that's for sure. And of course Darren, one of our late season joiners, who has been able to at least take the fight to Amazing Hour a couple of times there. Todston now setting the fastest lap on the medium tyres. A full, or nearly a second faster than Amazing Hour. Darren out on the hards. Let's see where he can come. So very quickly, what we might do is just give a quick rundown of the championship, because we are 16 rounds into this 21 race season, and getting close to the finish now. So of course Amazing Hour is well out in front championship wise. He's won the vast majority of the races. Todster, actually your current provisional pole sitter, is in second position, closely followed by Plevs in third. And of course Plevs is basically finished in a top 6 position for all but 2 races. Last race of course not starting. And then at what was that, Spa, I believe, was no, Hungary, he finished down in 12th position. So it's a close battle for everywhere from second down for those positions. Ten minutes left of the session, and of course, as it says, Todster still in provisional pole. Darren looking to complete his first lap. So sure, I'm not too sure why we don't have a time there for Darren, but anyway. So Todster betters his time. As does Amazing Air, actually, still on the hard tyres. LJB sets a time on the softs, but only manages third fastest. Pete Crichton, another one of our late season joiners, who has proven his speed, currently 9th fastest. Again, some people seem to be choosing a hard tyre but doing multiple laps. Looks like they're definitely needing a few laps to get the tyres in the window. And I tell you, it's hard to commentate on something when you don't have any sound because you're trying to make the sound yourself. Ah dear. Okay, so we've got 7.5 minutes remaining thereabouts. We got Zeppi, Todster and Spilly's your top provisional 3 positions. Zeppi actually gone fastest on the soft tyres there, the 35.6, a good second faster than Todster on the mediums. Darren now gone 7th fastest actually on the hard tyres, so that's a good result for him there. And it looks like we have, there's a name I haven't seen, well, I don't recall seeing it, Ridwan F1, currently 6th fastest. A few guys yet to set a time, including Plevs. And we'll try that fix on the audio again, but that is what I did try just before. No, it still doesn't want to work for us. Oh, we'll do some creative corner cutting there. There's into the pit, so that's all good. We've got Amazing Arrows taken out, doing a run now on the soft tyres, so straight from the hard tyres onto the softs. We'll see where he can end up. Under the grandstand he goes. And that's all about grabbing that exit and begin the lap maximum attack. Through the turn 1, 2 and 3 complex he goes. And Mercedes gets out of the way there, well, nicely done. And he's 6/10 up on his previous best there. Of course, that would be expected given the softer compound tyres. Getting into the business end of the session now. He's a full 1.5 seconds faster. So he's on track. See how much more time he can gain through this final part of the circuit. Again, some traffic getting out of the way. But he's got a car in front also. No, she gets out of the way as well. It's well done. Do the final few turns and then flat out through the penultimate corners. But amazing hour, jumps to the top of the 35.0. So Plevs has done a 35.9 and jumps far to a 5th fastest. Pete Crichton is out there on an outlap at the moment. So is the rugged Andre. Pete sticking with the medium tyres, so he's looking for a strategy advantage here. Currently all the way down in 16th position. And here he goes, he's going for the lap now. A spinner in the pits there, looks like one of the racing points. DRS wide open there, snap shutters on the brakes into turn 1. Through turn 2, tucks it in for turn 3, get a little bit wide there. All the way across the other side of the circuit. He's got a fair bit of traffic up ahead here, this may affect him. What's going to happen here with these guys? Get out of the road. There's one. Still 2 cars ahead. Greedy has retired from the session. Only 1.5 minutes remaining. And Pete Crichton is 1.4 seconds faster than his previous time already. But he needs, if it's anywhere near pole, he needs 3 seconds. I don't think he's going to get 3 seconds on these mediums. Amazing hour is also done for the session. He's happy with his time. Pete Crichton will definitely jump up fairly well here. Should be in the top 10 somewhere. He's 2.5 seconds faster than his time, and he does go, well, he goes 2nd fastest. So, well, there you go. He's done very well there, second fastest on the medium tyres, so that's a fantastic result for Pete Crichton. Darren 11 has come back out on the soft tyres, looking to jump back up the field. So currently Amazing Hour, provisional pole 35.0. He has retired from session, so he's done. Zeppi's done as well. He's currently provisionally third. Pete Crichton provisionally second. What can Plevs do? Or sorry, Darren do, I should say. Up 4/10. If he wants to get up there, he needs to find a good 2 seconds. 2.5 seconds even. I believe his previous laps were set on a hard tyre. So Pete found a stack of time in the final sector, going onto the soft tyres. So can Darren do the same? 1.4 seconds up, so he's similar sort of speed up on what Pete Crichton was. So 1.4 gives him a 36.2. So he's up in the top 8 right now, but this is where he needs to find all the time. No mistakes. Not too much curve, just enough. Close to the wall. The final penultimate corners, and he comes. Second fastest, 35.3. And LJB has been given a 5 place grid penalty for a collision. So he'll go down the order. So Darren, second fastest there. And we've got Spillier possibly on a lap here. No, I don't think he is actually. He's not counting in the time, so I believe he set his time. So yes, he has finished. LJB drops down the order. So there we have it. Amazing Hour holds on to pole. Darren 11 jumped up into second spot, and 40 actually out of nowhere at the death knell up in the third spot, displacing, and Plevs also jumping up a position, coming up ahead of Pete Crichton. So 40 and Plevs at the death knell there. Only 4, what's that, 1,000ths of a second between those two, third and fourth position. So second row of the grid, only 4 1,000ths of a second separating the two of them. Pete Crichton though, fifth position, not too bad considering he's going to be starting on the harder compound tyre. And we've got our sound back. Okay. Well, there we go, we've got our sound back finally. Has to be right at the end, doesn't it? Anyway. So there we have it. Front row, Amazing Hour and Darren 11. That's going to be a cracker of a start, those two. Absolutely fantastic. Only 2 runs needed. 40 and Plevs. Pete Crichton and Romy Alonso on the third row of the grid. Pete, as I say, starting on the medium tyres, so he's going to obviously run a bit longer, or run as long as he can. Zeppi only the 1 run, but managed 7th fastest. So that's not too bad. So it's good to see the guys that have got the pace to oh, it is a wet race. Yes, thank you, Banana Josh. Look at that. We have a bit of rain falling, so could all these tyre choices be for naught? So this is a turn up for the books here. We've got a little bit of rain falling, but isn't enough to go onto the wet tyres. It's hard to say. We'll find out very, very soon. Could be just one of those Singapore showers that they get there. And because it is so hot there most in that time of the year, it could just be enough heat in the tarmac to just let it evaporate. Let's see what happens now. Will all this tyre strategy be for nothing? And it looks like we are on slick tyres still, so this will be very interesting. How wet is this track going to get is the question. It's going to be all about right tyre, right time. And 100% Pete Crichton's going to be praying that it doesn't get too wet, because he wants to retain that tyre advantage that he might have. You can see the rain starting to come down a little. The little camera lens there. Just try and keep an ear out for like wheel spin. Even being slick tyres, they should kick up a little bit of spray if the track is wet enough, but nothing is showing as of yet. So the start is going to be critical. Is the grip the same as qualifying? That is the question. Oh, and Darren behind me, I don't know if he's just... Yeah, he's testing it out, and it does look very slippery. Yeah, look, he's got... Yeah, it looks slippery. So I think we could be seeing some early pit stops here. Well, this could be exciting. So do not change the channel. Do not leave your seat. There's Pete in the background sliding around, trying to get as much heat in these tyres as possible. To be epic. Alright, so the grid finally finishing their formation lap now, taking their positions on the grid. Amazing hour. Darren 11. 40 in close. And the Rock now, just the last car to form up, take his position, and we have green flag. The lights are on. We have 5 lights, and away we go for the Singapore Grand Prix, and hardly anyone moves. It's a bucket load of wheel spin for everybody by the looks of it. Cars going everywhere. Amazing hour with a fantastic start. Darren 11 gets away. And we've got everyone's here. There's 3 whites through the turn there. Back in the pack. Look at this pack of cars here. Oh, we've got some back. Somebody at the wall, and that is Crossy. Got all crossed up, and into the wall he goes. Pete Crichton has made up 2 spots there, and looks like he's possibly going to lose out to 40 here. So Pete actually got a not too bad a start. The wheels into lock, but they keep going. He's not letting it go. Oh, a bit of contact, and here comes Romy Alonso. Takes 2 positions in the one move. He was the big winner out of that little exchange. And also Spilly too moves past 40, so there's 40 going backwards at a rate of knots. Oh, Pete touches Romy there. Romy into the wall, and he goes all the way back. Oh dear, and another one. What is happening? The cars going off everywhere. Meanwhile, an amazing hour and Darren 11 off into the distance. And there's Pete back up in the third. Will we see some pit stops here? The track is slippery. So Pete may find himself in a little bit of trouble that moving Romy there. So he just drove at the back of him. A lot of cars still moving. No pit stops as yet. They're going extremely wide. Sideways four-wheel drifts are plenty. Plenty of action. Still raining. Crossy and LaRock into the pits. Romy trying to make his way back through the field. A fantastic start for Brady, but all the way up into third position. Managed to find himself facing the wrong direction. And facing a gaggle of cars coming at him. Banana Josh and Zeppi. Is that Banana Josh on the hard tyres? It is too, look at that. Tom's also showing on hard tyres. So you can see coming up to the end of the second lap now. Spilly up 5 positions. He's done very well for himself. Oh, Todd still with a 5-second penalty already. That's a harsh penalty for exceeding track limits. This is only lap 2. Oh, Darren 11 sideways. Pete Crichton actually setting the fastest lap of the race on the medium tyres, so he's got some pace. Interesting shot there from the DRS activated there for Darren. Doesn't seem to have an answer at the moment for Amazing Hour. Now, I think we've seen this previously. The last race we had, I think, was Austria, that started off quite a bit wetter, and Amazing Hour showed some fantastic pace for the wet. And there's Darren 11 again, full on Tokyo drift style. And Pete's going to make a move down the inside here, gets it done. Darren switches back, but he just doesn't have the drive, even though he's got the soft tyres on. He's just wheel spinning everywhere. Go on board now with, oh, just look at him go. I don't understand why he just doesn't have the grip there. It's Amazing Hour's just taken off. He's short shifting everywhere, Darren. No grip whatsoever yet. Possibly may have overheated them, it's hard to say. Does not seem to have any rear grip whatsoever. Still no one pitting yet for Winters. It is still raining. So not having the pace, Peter's just skipping away from him as well. Aaron closing up onto Plevs here. Plevs losing 2 spots at the start of the race. Few people have pitted, some people have pitted flinches, as you can see. Rock, Ridwan and Zippy. And we've got Romy into the pits as well. A few guys, actually, a lot more guys starting on the hard tyres than I thought. I'm not too sure how that was the case. Aaron looking to make a move on Plebs here, and he's also got Danny right behind him. So looking to advance and also looking to defend at the same time. Darren just seems to be dropping all the way back now from Keeper. Here we go. Will he make a move? No, not quite. Billy with a 3-second time penalty. Looks like track limits are being enforced quite harshly at the circuit. It could be for a penalty effective result once again. Oh, and that was Plebs going way offline there. Just had no grip, and looks like we've got Aaron into the pit, so it looks like he's pulling the plug on those soft tyres. See where he ends up. Plebs now has to deal with Danny. Looks like these soft tyre runners aren't really enjoying the early stage of this race. Actually, Pete Crichton is closing in on Amazing Hour, even though Amazing Hour is on the soft tyres. So, quite interesting. And Aaron actually has come out on the medium tyres, so he hasn't changed to a wet weather tyre. Still only 3 guys have changed to the wets or intermediates. Meanwhile, 40 has caught right up to the back of Darren, who really is struggling. He's 10 seconds behind second now. 40 right up the back, and also dragging Spilly along with him. Plebs again with the wheel spin. These Renaults are not having the time of their lives here. They are really struggling with rear end grip. Plebs in danger now of losing a position. Danny all over the back of him, he's got Dodster all over him. 40 still all over the back of Darren, he's got Spilly over the back of him. Another difficult part of the section of the circuit. Another car into the pits, that looks like it's Darren into the pits now. He's given up on these set of tyres. And Plebs has also pitted, so both Renaults into the pits. We see a double stack here now. Oh, this is... the Plebs lose out slightly. Darren on the hards. And Plebs goes to the mediums. So... and looks like Amazing Hour has also pitted and gone on to the medium tyres. So that leaves Pete Crichton in the lead of the race, and he got that gap down to just over a second then. Definitely those intermediate tyres not giving any sort of major benefit. It is still raining, but it's just not enough to make the track wet. Enough for those into tyres, just enough heat in the track to make these slick tyres work. So Pete Crichton currently leads, and he'll be looking to try and extend any sort of gap he can make. He was showing some good pace once he got clear of some traffic. but he may have the inquiry hanging over his head at a later time. We've got some position changes now. There's Banana Josh up in the 5th, LJB as well. Amazing Hour and Danny, well, Amazing Hour getting past Danny actually, I should say, after his pit stop. Danny also starting on the medium tyres. Amazing Hour needs to make light work of these guys. He does not want to get held up behind them. Gets a better exit, and he should take this one into turn 1 quite easily, and he does so. Up in the 5th spot. Lap time's very, very slow compared to qualifying. Full 20 seconds slower. Oh, and Darren 11 with a time penalty just to make his night even worse. This could be interesting. Racing Point teammates, a line astern, both on the same aged tyres. Oh no, hang on, wait, there's one showing on the soft tyre. Billy Todd's to pass Spinny, Billy moves over, good teamwork there. They're on different strategies, so Todd's still looking to go long. Billy looking to probably pit at any stage, given he'd be one of the last guys, or is the last guy actually, on the soft tyres. And Amazing Hour not far behind. Again, does not want to get held up. Looks like he's still behind. Gets the drive and gets the move done. That's what the fresh grip will do. Just gets the better drive out of the turn and able to accelerate at a much faster rate. It's much more power down to the ground. Yeah, already back up in the 3rd after his pit stop. And there you see current fastest lap is a 154.7, 154.6. Amazing Hour just flew past Toddster there. He's getting the moves done in places you wouldn't normally, well, a few times in places you wouldn't normally see a move. Skilly into the pits now, onto the hard tyres. And it looks like 40 is making his way through the field once again. After his pit stop, he's gone on to the medium tyres. Medium tyres. Darren 11 on the hards. As I was saying, that fastest lap, a 154, so basically 20 seconds slower than their qualifying time. Still a bit of moisture precipitating from the sky. So the track's probably not getting any faster. But the cars, once they start burning off a bit of fuel, will get a little bit faster. And 2 guys still out there on the inters, but not setting the time sheets alight, that's for sure. Amazing Hour now up in the 2nd spot, and he's 15 seconds behind Pete Crichton. So this will be quite interesting to see. Pete obviously yet to pit. Now he will have a fresher tyre advantage. How long into the race can he go? Amazing Hour absolutely flat to the floor now. He's setting fastest laps. Probably took a good second out of Pete there in that lap. LJB looking to make a move up the order. Started the race on the hard tyres, yet to pit, as well as Banana Josh and Toddster in 3rd. These guys are looking to move up as far as they can, goes deep into the race as they can. More time penalties being handed out there. Glev's looking to make a move on his teammate and gets past. Now Glev's, his car is showing red tyres, but he has got medium tyres on the graphic. He's really started on softs. I'm sure he would have pitted onto the mediums. So that's a bit of a little glitch. Thank you, Codemasters. So all but one guy's given up on those intermediate tyres. So they're at a lap. Looks like possibly Andre here. And Romy Alonso looking to make a move around the outside, but he's got the inside line for this corner. Goes wide around here, so Darren looks to switch back on the inside, but just can't get the drive. He goes sideways again. Massive wheel spin there for Darren, just quite can't get the power down in that Renault. It's really hurting him. Darren's shown some fantastic speeds at some circuits previously, but just not getting the grip that he wants. Again, wide to the final turn. And really struggling with that car today. Amazing, and now meanwhile has narrowed a gap to 7 seconds in the space of a couple of laps. 6 seconds even. He's absolutely making gobs of time on Pete Crichton. So Pete's tyres only lasting so far, or he's on lap 10 now. Which, if the tyres only lasted this long, means that these other guys could be in for a 2-stop race. And looks like Flip has retired, unfortunately for him. Gap now 4.4 seconds, and Andre as well, so both Williams out of the race. It's just a shame to see both of those drivers retire. Obviously weren't having the best of the races either. And Pete Crichton pits, so that 10 laps was enough. My apologies, battery went flat. So Pete Crichton has gone down to the hard tyres, so he's looking for the one stop. He's going to see if he can do the 20 laps on the hards. What can Amazing Hour do with the tyres he has left? Comes back out in 7th is Pete. And a fresh set of hard tyres. Still got a few runners there. Aaron has actually moved up into the 3rd spot now as well. On his medium tyres, there's Todster in 2nd spot. You still see the rain falling, not really changing in its intensity, so definitely is limiting their speed. little bit of lag as well. Oh, there's one of the houses in the background into the wall. That was like red one. And he's going to 5-second time penalty with trouble as he teleports himself into the concrete. But it looks like he has left the session as well. And here goes Aaron on Todster. He's going to go around the outside of turn one. He can make this one stick. Now the inside for two. A bit off the track there. And again around the outside. Switches back to the inside. And he will have better drive. Nice move. Now let's see what sort of pace that he will have. And Darren 11 has retired from the session. Well, this is a turn up from the books. He wasn't having the best of races, obviously, and he's decided to call it quits, unfortunately. Just not working in his favour. Tyre change to hurt, he didn't help him any. And Clev's also now with a time penalty. Lap 12 of 31, not quite half distance. This is going to be a long race with a nearly 2-minute lap time. Meanwhile, 4th and 5th positions being fought over by Banana Josh and 40. Banana Josh, of course, still on those race-started tyres. 40 on a relatively fresh set of mediums, only 5 laps old. I saw Pete, they only give up on his mediums after 10 laps, so these guys may have to two-stop. If that was the plan. 40 now goes to the inside. Doesn't bother with the DRS. Gets the move done on Banana Josh. Moves up into 4th position. Sets his sights now on Podster in 3rd position. We're doing some more time penalties. Still see Griffey's at a premium. Not winding it all the way out to maximum revs. And looks like 40 and what's just about to lock themselves in the battle. Dive under the grandstand, only dry part of the circuit. You can just see that 40 has so much better drive, so much better grip. We're looking to make another move on the main straight here again. More time penalties being handed out, and 40 gets a bit sideways, but he saves it, but loses all that time, and now he's got Banana Josh back on his tail. He's also got Pete Crichton as well. Pete Crichton now is going down the inside of Banana Josh. He'll get past there quite easily. Closes right up onto the 40 now. 40 will be kicking himself with that move. lost an absolute smack of time there to Costa. But yeah, he's managed to close back up again, nearly a second away. The one thing Pete doesn't want to do is get caught behind these guys. Right behind Todster, moves to the outside, not quite there, he needs to switch back, much better drive, we go around the outside now, he gets the move done and he's up in the third position. Up in the third, Pete looking also to advance. Amazing how just continually increasing the gap over Aaron, now nearly 29 seconds or 28 seconds. Still struggling with the grip these cars. The rain still falls, but not enough to warrant a wet tyre. Four drivers have retired from this race so far. Just finding it going too tough. Delicate on the throttle, trying to minimise any wheel spin. A hard circuit to pass on. You've got to be patient. Bit of a front wing there somewhere. Oh, Todster gets all sorts of crossed up. A little bit of a forward drift there, but keeps it near them. It's not close enough to make a move here, I don't think. Oh, Billy with a 10-second time penalty, that's massive. He's all the way down in 13th position right now, so... So moving around Aaron now, 10-11 laps into their medium tyre pit, still only 2.5 a race distance to go, so I'd dare say you will be seeing these guys into the pits once again. I don't see the medium tyres lasting another 15 odd laps. Oh, and Todd's very, very wide, and that just opens the door there for Pete, and through he goes, no dramas at all. Sometimes it's all about just being a bit patient. It looks like Skilly has retired from the race again as well, so that's the 5th driver who's thrown in the towel. Just not quite up to the challenge of Singapore in these greasy conditions. Podster is into the pits now. The Freeze pit stop and he puts on the medium tyres. Oh, but he's got a bit of a drama here. Is this a time penalty that he's serving? Quite probably. And away he goes. That has vaulted Plebs into a 5th position. Pete in the 4th, obviously. Over 40 maintains 3rd. The fastest up the race, still a 52.2, so just when you think his tyres might be gone, which at this rate of speed you wouldn't think they would go. And looks like Fordy's just made a move around, he's into the pits as well, so this is the 2nd stop. And he comes out and it looks like his crew weren't even ready for him then, he didn't call the pit stop and he's gone off again. Well, maybe he has, I don't know. Thank you, co-master. Now it looks like the track may be improving here. We've got LJB set the fastest lap, the 151, so it looks like the rain may have abated. Definitely, yes, looks like the rain has stopped. Well, at the very least lightened. Looks like, yeah, still coming down a little bit, but times are dropping quite a lot now. 149.5, so we're getting big improvements on lap time, so obviously the track is improving quite a lot. Lev's having a bit of a moment there. Losing a position to LJB. Like his teammate Darren really struggling in the Renault, never really getting a good flow. And you can see that fastest lap is dropping. And amazing how it is into the pit. You see. And he puts on another set of mediums. Held there for just a couple of seconds. I'm sure he's going to come out pretty much where he entered the pits. As Aaron also pitted earlier. And Fordy also pits. Gets another set of mediums as well. Slow animations there in the pit stop. And so we have amazing hour. Good in the lead, Pete Crichton only 10 seconds behind on a hard set of tyres though. How long can he maintain this pace? Can he close up? I don't think he was really closing up on amazing hour before. He did have to deal with quite a fair bit of traffic. Blends into the pits as well. So Pete possibly looking to make the one stop work. Oh, he falls sort of sideways off the curbs there. 5 drivers. But 14 warriors still remain. And it doesn't look like Pete Crichton has an answer to Amazing Hour this time around, as that gap is extending. Although Amazing Hour is on fresh medium tyres. That middle stint was absolutely phenomenal, building a massive gap where he had basically a free pit stop. Dropping back at a fair rate of knots here. And Amazing Hour just sets another fastest lap of the race, 40.7. So that time is continually dropping. It looks like the rain definitely has stopped. So we're going to see some further improvements in the track. And this may or may not be a benefit to Pete Crichton. Given the track drying up, the others may use their tyres faster than what he will on the harder compound. So we'll wait and see how that pans out. 10 laps remaining. Aaron in third, 40 in fourth. Aaron all over the back now of 40. Similarly aged tyres, so this is all about the pace. Forty getting a much better run through the curves there. I am joined in the commentary by my commentary partner again, Avenger Ben, and Ben has returned. Hello Ben.
Good afternoon all, how are we tonight?
We're doing alright now. Because we are at Singapore, we are 2/3 into the race. And you did miss a bit of a interesting start to the race. We had a wet start, but not wet enough to go onto the intermediates or wet tyres. They were on slicks, so that proved to be very interesting and some good driving by a lot of people, and not quite good driving from some others. But as you can see, we have business as usual up front.
Yes, we do. So looks like Amazing Hour is currently taking the lead of the race by 18.5 seconds. So as you were saying, Disturbo, business as is usual up the front. But I can also see that we've lost mainly half the field, so what has happened?
Yes, 5 drivers, as I've mentioned before, at various stages of the race have pulled it quits for various reasons, and we've got LJB just ahead of Plebs there, has just gotten past Romy Alonso, so Plebs looking a little bit happier on this second or third stint of the race. maybe have to be making up a few more positions before the end. And yeah, as I say, losing 5 drivers, but we did have a field of 19 to start, so that made the start very, very exciting. Packed field full of cars, best of cars everywhere. It was fantastic to see. And one of the biggest fields we've seen all season.
Had in the season so far. It's definitely been great to see so many drivers participate tonight. Just a shame that 5 of them have retired for different reasons. It's also a shame to see Darren 11 out as well. He was one of the drivers taking the fight to Amazing Hour.
He certainly was in previous rounds, but he just didn't have the pace this round. He was struggling right from the start, and yeah, just fell backwards at a good rate of knots and never really looked comfortable. But a few other guys certainly have looked comfortable, including Amazing Hour and Pete Crichton. But Pete's just not having enough reserve to attack Amazing Hour, who is now 21 seconds ahead. Absolutely flying, and now the track is pretty much looks like completely dry from that first rain spell that we had, and the times are really falling. We are sub 140 lap times right now, so they're getting closer to what they were setting in the pole runs.
Yes, indeed. So who did end up getting pole position?
So that was Amazing Hour, and what's the Renault? So that would have been actually Darren in second position. Actually, so yeah, he just went backwards quite fast. A few little incidents here and there, not that he was involved in it, but yeah, never really looked to be a challenge for the front runners. They've also struggled in that first portion of the race, but now the moisture has dried. It looks like a few guys have found their mojo and starting to put the pedal to the metal.
And we have players all over the back of LJB. He's been gaining ever so slightly each lap. He's only roughly about half a second off him, so he will be looking to make a move down the back straight here. DRS wide open, using all the batteries, slipstream and everything. Pulls out to the outside, tries to make the move. Oh, there's contact. But does Plebs get the move done eventually? Oh, great racing from these two. Around the outside, still wheel to wheel. Who's going to get the edge into the corner? Still side by side, and I think Plebs may have got the move done. No, there's still saying yes. Plebs has made the move stick.
What a great exchange that was. That was fantastic just to sit back and watch. And fantastic wheel-to-wheel racing there from Plebs and LJB, both giving each other enough room to get through each turn and through one of the narrowest parts of the circuit as well. So kudos to those two guys. Well done. And finally Plebs seems to have found his pace. He must have looked under the sofa for it, and he's found it, and he's on a bit of a charge now, but still a fair way back from a couple of guys ahead of him. See where he can end up. So he's just been given a time penalty, so another one to add to the list.
So all that hard work that he's done to try and get past LJB, that time penalty may have just cost him. But he looks to be on the fresher tyres. Sort of, he may... yeah, so he looks to be on the... He looks to have better pace than LJB. And Romeo Alonso is just a bit of the soft as well. So... yeah, so LJB has also just been given a time penalty. So, with the track drying up and everything, the drivers are starting to find the limits of the tracks and find the limits of the cars, and sometimes you can extend those leads, and the stewards aren't going to be happy with that, as Danny D now gets the time penalty. So the time penalties are starting to flow in, and as we know from previous races, that time penalties have played major implications on races to go by, and podiums and wins and everything. So will these time penalties play a factor in this race? And Pete Crichton now has just retired from the session.
Pete Crichton has retired. This is a turn up here. Pete Crichton has retired. So not too sure what's happened there. He was in second position. That's right, he was in second position. And oh, and we've got a car in the wall there. Who was that? It could have been, could have been Pete actually in the wall, which is why he's retired. So could that have been a mistake on his behalf? Very interesting. So this is a turn up now. So that Volts Plevs in the 5th, Todster into 4th, and yeah, 40 up in the 2nd. So one of the front runners there has also retired, possibly due to a crash. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, jeez, rock decided to turn on a straight piece of track, and he lets Danny D go past. Looks like he's pitting now. Oh, and almost just goes over the pit exit, the pit entry, and finally gets in there. And there is Amazing Hour, of course, out in front. Looks like he's making good use of his speed, and he is 29 seconds ahead of second in 40 in second place. So we have your race leader, Amazing Hour now. Coming up to start lap 28 very soon. .29 seconds in the lead, absolutely cruising he is. I don't believe we've actually seen a time penalty come up from him as well, so he's driven clean, he's driven consistent, kept himself out of trouble right from the get-go, as always. Fordy currently in second position now. This will do great for his championship position as well. Fordy currently in fourth position. He's only about 14 points behind Plevs in third position in the championship. We won't quite catch him with that points difference, but it'll be a big chunk if positions remain as they are come the end of the race. Todster will actually extend his gap over Plevs in the championship the way they finish. Todster, of course, in second position. No one can catch Amazing Hour, it seems, at this stage. Yeah, with the retirement of Darren 11, with the Constructors' Championship, the Renaults losing one of their point scoring cars. So whether they retain their championship, Constructors Championship lead remains to be seen. And it's just pure poetry in motion watching Amazing Hour drive around the circuit. Barely puts a foot wrong. Love to see this guy at Race on Oz in the touring car or other non-formula car, see how he runs.
As you were saying, Esturbo, it'd be cool to see him in some type of real life category. He seems to be one with the game, one with the car. So it'd be cool to see him in some type of real life category, you know, touring cars or some type of, I guess you could say, support category for something. Because I think he'd be really good in it. So it'd be interesting to see, you know, where this sim racing takes him, if it takes him further on into, you know, real life racing or what, but you know, it'd be really cool to see him in a real life category, as you were saying.
So we have started the penultimate lap. Field is spread out now. Further time penalties keep on coming. And we are counting down to the race finish. It's been a long one tonight. Pretty restricted pace due to the rain at the start. But kudos to all these guys for sticking it out on the slicks. For as long as they did, there was basically 20 odd laps in the rain, where any little mistake could result in disaster, and it did for a few guys. Was that a spot of rain again on the camera? I think it's too late now to affect it in any way. So Amazing Hour now comes around to start the final lap of the Singapore Grand Prix here in Tier 1 of the Pacific Series of Race Spec Esports. Can anyone, please challenge this man? It's happened briefly. We need someone to take this guy on, head on. But geez, what a driver this guy is.
He is something special for sure.
So 40 got a good grip on second position, and Aaron on third. Toddster up into fourth after his last pit stop. So a few guys making the one stop work, but Amazing Hour with his pace never really sweated doing having to consider changing from a 2 to a 1 stop. Final lap anyway, so
not really affecting in any way, shape or form.
And I think just with that dry section, they've probably built enough heat into the circuit to not worry them too much. And here we go, the final corners, and it is Amazing Hour takes the win.
Fantastic drive from him. Join late in the race, but he's just been absolutely fantastic. A couple of spots of rain here and there throughout the race. Drove 20 laps in the wet, so that is a fantastic effort from him and his crew to give him that race win, because that would have been a difficult race for him. Congrats to 40 on his second place.
Yeah, and 40 crosses the line now, and we'll see. It looks like his time's not affected by penalties too much, so which is good news for him. Here comes Aaron. Let's see if his time gets affected. No, he's actually just comes a little bit closer to 40, but it's not too bad. And Todd's also finished in 4th. And here comes Plevs finishing in 5th, so not too bad of a recovery from him, considering the difficulties that he had. Crosses the line, LJB behind him in 6th.
Fantastic drive from all these guys, 20 laps in the rain, that would have been fairly difficult, and especially on slick tyres as well. So hats off to all these drivers, especially to Amazing Hour. Fantastic job from these guys. And it looks like LJB has given Perth's a couple of love taps there, saying, hey, what's up?
Bit of a well done, good racing there, fella. Little bumpy bump there, but it's all good. End of the race, doesn't really matter. Anyway, so that's the race done. Singapore Grand Prix, and once again we see that fella on top of the podium.
Familiar sight that is. I'm pretty sure within the next race or so he could wrap the championship up. So it's going to be interesting to see. But fantastic job from the podium and top 3 guys.
Certainly is. So good result for Amazing Hour once more, and 40 as well. And newcomer there, Aaron, taking the final step on the podium. So well done to all those guys. And yeah, you can see the final results. And top 3 did 2 stops. Todd's the first of the 1-stoppers. And yeah, losing 5 guys or 6 guys during the race, so unfortunately. But anyway, that is the Singapore Grand Prix, Race Spec Esports, and the Pacific Series Tier 1. This is Disturboed from RaceOnOz.com. Please have a look and join up if you like. Bit of a plug there, sorry guys. And cheers to my late coming partner Ben.
Thank you for having me once again. It's been a pleasure.
And we'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.